I have here a pair of Samson SR850s, and I'm going to give them a review. These headphones are not nearly as impressive as high-end hi-fi. I find that musicality and accuracy always comes second to whether you enjoy the way something sounds and whether you can listen to it for a long period of time. In this case, I can say I love the sound of the Samson SR850s, and with these earpads that I put on, they're memory foam. I bought them from Amazon for $39.50. I can indeed listen to them for long periods of time. At $50 Australian, these headphones certainly represent value for money. I will be making three main points in this video. The first is in regards to sound quality. The second is about comfort. And the third is about these right here, the stock earpads that come with the headphones. So let's jump right into it. In terms of sound quality, these headphones have a pleasing sound and a decent amount of power when coupled with any device, whether it's a smartphone, a laptop, etc. However, if you use a dedicated amplifier and a DAC, you will be rewarded with more volume and better sound quality. Personally, I use a FiiO BTR5 on my laptop and Samsung Galaxy with an OTG adapter. I prefer the sound quality of a wired connection over Bluetooth. So, personally, I find the sound to be very open and warm, with a lot of detail. Now, while, as I mentioned before, it's not as impressive as a hi-fi system, I do have full-range speakers, a preamp and a power amplifier that cost quite a bit of money. In comparison, these headphones, they sound almost like standard definition compared to high definition, if I can put it so bluntly. But it's not all about how accurate, a guitar or the vocals sound, or how musical something sounds and how realistic. It's more about, for me anyway, about whether I enjoy the sound signature and whether I can wear these headphones for hours and just zone out and listen to music. And in the case of the Samson SR850s, I can listen to them for hours, and I do. So I'd say the sound quality overall is very good. Now, in terms of the build quality, they're quite durable. Now you can see here that the cable, it's very long, so I did wrap it around the headband here, and I also used one of the old ear cups for extra padding on the top of my skull. Now they're made of this hardened plastic here and this vinyl, and I find that they are quite strong. I could chuck them on the couch and they wouldn't fall apart. I could throw them in a backpack and they'd be fine, they wouldn't be damaged. And if I compare them to another popular pair of headphones that I have here, this is the Technica M50X, I find that, the build quality, it's not quite the same. If you look at this fake leather that they have here on the headband, now I don't want to do it, but if I get my nail and I scratch it, I could very easily pierce this leather and open it up. Now these aren't the stock earpads on the Audio-Technicas either, because I really didn't find them comfortable at all. I couldn't wear them for longer than 5 minutes without them heating up on my head, so I bought some larger ones. These are also memory foam, like the Samson ones that I bought. These are quite comfortable. Now, if I compare the sound quality to these two headphones, I find that the Audio-Technicas, they are clearer. They do represent quite a balanced sound, but when I have conducted my listening tests with the BTR5, I find that I prefer the Samsons, and the reason I say that is because, to me anyway, the sound is much more relaxed and I can listen to it for longer periods of time. The Audio Technicas, they have quite a harsh presence, and for that reason, I do prefer the Samsons. So, that's build quality. I guess I should also mention that some people talk about this plastic as being quite cheap, and it is. As you can, if I put it up to the microphone, you can hear it is a cheap plastic. But this plastic here, it's very strong. The vinyl, I can't scratch that out. That's not coming off. And they are quite flexible, and they will adjust to your head size. Okay, so now build quality is done. The next thing I'd like to say is about, the earpads. So these are 65mm earpads. They cost me $39.50 from Amazon. They are memory foam. They've got kind of this microfiber inlay here, and this is fake leather. They are very comfortable. I recommend buying a set of earpads if you want to buy these headphones, because this right here, this is the stock earpad, and it just feels like a piece of polystyrene. When it's pressed up against your skull, it's like a smooth piece of polystyrene just whacking against the side of your head. It's really not comfortable at all. It doesn't have any memory foam, and to me it's just a cheap piece of garbage. I would just throw these out unless you can find another use for them, like I did here by strapping one onto the headband. Another thing to note is that they are open back headphones, so you can really only use them at home. I wouldn't wear them on the train or in a public place. They're rated at 32 ohms. Now, if I compare this to the Audio Technicas, they're rated at 38 ohms. And actually, when you plug them into a device, you can get more power out of the Audio Technicas than the Samson if you set the volume to the same. Now, the reason why is because the Audio Technicas are closed back headphones, so they're trapping more of the sound inside. So if volume is a concern, they are quite adequate. I would say they're adequate for mobile phones, tablets and laptops. They do have maybe enough sound for most people. If you prefer more sound and you prefer kind of a more, I guess, the sound is more inside your head, whereas these are open back, so it kind of sounds wider, the sound stage, and the sound is coming from all around you. If you prefer headphones that are closed back, that you can wear on the train in public places, and that kind of encapsulate the sound in a more narrow field and are more focused, then maybe the Audio Technicas are for you. So I would say that compared to the Audio Technicas, these probably deliver 15% less power when set to the same volume, but that doesn't mean that they are underpowered. For most people, they'll be fine for MP3s, for smartphones, for tablets, whatever you plug them into. But if you want them loud, then I would recommend that you buy an external DAC and amplifier, such as the FiiO BTR5. So that really concludes my review. I think they're great headphones, and I'd recommend them for anyone who wants a cheap pair of headphones that'll last.